St. Louis in a short gain. This is Elliott. Gets about 4. Elliott breaks free. Ezekiel Elliott gets a block and busts to the end zone. The final 33 yards of a 97-yard Ohio State touchdown drive. And the man who ripped up Bama off to a slow start here until that run, Kirk.
They had bottled him up for sure, Chris, until that run.
Elliott. Nice gain inside the 40. Smith, great job boxing out. Might not be a more gifted receiver on deep balls in college football. As Elliott takes the handoff, barrels free again. Zeke Elliott down near the goal line. Second down handoff. Elliott again busting free. Cuts it back up the middle, dragged down near the 30, and the Buckeyes again escape their own goal line.
Chris, it's the exact same play that he scored a touchdown on. Watch Bennett. Boom, that block right there. A good block by Pat Elfine on the play side, on the right side, opened it up, but it's Bennett again. This time he takes out DeForest Buckner, and a good job by the right side of the offensive line. Elfine and also Darrell Baldwin opened that up for Ezekiel Elliott.
Elliott. Buckner collide, and the running back wins that battle, spinning for a first down. Amazing after a third game to do that. Elliott breaks free. Zeke Elliott out across the 45. Now to go with his 171 passing. This is Elliott muscling forward for another first down. Elliott takes off again, works the middle, gets close to a first down before Dargan dropped him. Go back to Elliott. And this has been a huge part of Ohio State's offense. They have not been able to stop Elliott. Second down, Elliott again works the middle. Muscles free, takes a big shot, but spins across the 45. Jones to Elliott. First down. Elliott cuts it back and plows forward. Nice first down game. Elliott has a first down. If the Ducks can't stop number 15 up now, he motions across. But it's Elliott again. Exploding up the middle. 10 more yards. Zeke has it again, and he's got another first down inside the 35. Elliott cuts it back and burst down inside the 10, first and goal. He's got it again. Elliott! Touchdown, Ohio State on the final play of the quarter. Heading to the final quarter in Arlington. Back after these messages, you are watching the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Elliott cuts it back, gallops free across the 40, another first down. Ezekiel Elliott has been on a 3-game run that's in large part while Cardell Jones had been so successful at quarterback. 230, a Sugar Bowl record against the Crimson Tide, that 85-yarder, longest run against a Saban defense ever, and now 215 more, and he could be headed for a 300-yard game.
He could.
Yeah, not the cleanest snap by Jones, but Elliott able to dive forward for a first and goal, or it's close. Let's see where they spot it here.
Yep.
And first and goal, Elliott again, barrels in.
And it's Elliott behind that offensive line.
Elliott, he's trying to just break. At a career high against Bama, he's now beaten that. 234.
As if he's been there for a couple years with the poise he plays with.
Elliott barrels forward. Elliott one more time, stretching for the first down marker. Elliott dots the I of this national championship win. fill in the rest.
No doubt about it.
Wow. What a three-game run.
Alongside Ezekiel Elliott, you were staring up at the confetti drifting down, and I could see it on your face. What's going through you?
This is just a surreal moment. We finally did it. This is why we all came here to compete and win national championships, and we did it. It's our dream. It came true. And just all the stuff that we went through to get here, it's just crazy. It doesn't feel real.
You were overshadowed for a lot of the season by other backs in the Big Ten. What was the turning point in these performances these last three games?
Just the offense just started clicking so well, and the line just stepped up. And they've had a great last three games. I mean, none of this would be possible without them. They're grinders, and they deserve everything that we've accomplished.
Ezekiel from St. Louis, I know your dad wanted you to go to Missouri. Mom went there. You chose Ohio State. How do you evaluate that decision right now?
Oh, man, go Bucks. That's all I got to say.
Congratulations, Zeke.
Thank you. Go Bucks.
The same thing happened at the Sugar Bowl. Everybody announced you before I got a chance to. Ezekiel Elliott, another record, the championship record behind this offensive line that early on in the game looked like they were going to have a bit of a struggle, but then opened up big for you.
What's going through you?
This is just a surreal moment. We finally did it. This is why we all came here to compete and win national championships, and we did it. It's our dream. It came true. And just all the stuff that we went through to get here, it's just crazy. It doesn't feel real.
You were overshadowed for a lot of the season by other backs in the Big Ten. What was the turning point in these performances these last three games?
Just the offense just started clicking so well, and the line just stepped up. And they've had a great last three games. I mean, none of this would be possible without them. They're grinders, and they deserve everything that we've accomplished.
Ezekiel from St. Louis, I know your dad wanted you to go to Missouri. Mom went there. You chose Ohio State. How do you evaluate that decision right now?
Oh, man, go Bucks. That's all I got to say.
Congratulations, Zeke.
Thank you. Go Bucks.
The same thing happened at the Sugar Bowl. Everybody announced you before I got a chance to. Ezekiel Elliott, another record, the championship record behind this offensive line that early on in the game looked like they were going to have a bit of a struggle, but then opened up big for you.
Man, the way the offensive